Hi Cancer, welcome to your September 2018 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. Yeah, I just laid out the cards and then I started over again. I was just, rambling and I didn't feel like leaving it in, let's put it that way. But I did want to say that when I put out these cards, I was kind of thinking of Cancer, and I think a lot of Cancer people, all the cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. I think that you guys for the last 10 years have been having to deal with a lot of challenges that, and some of them, or maybe even most of them, relate to relationships. And this reading, even though it's a general focus, does seem to be particularly involved with relationship, although I could see for some that it may be a workplace situation. However, obviously this is a general reading and all Cancer people are going through different things. So if you'd like a personal reading, and most of my personal readings actually focus on astrology more than the tarot, please click on the link below this video because I have my website linked. But the reason I said that this is a general reading is that I just got another question where, people take this literally, they take it seriously, and that's okay up to a point, but sometimes you have to just, this is supposed to be for entertainment purposes only. But I call it spiritual entertainment because there's no set of cards that I can pull that will not offer some sort of valuable teaching. Especially, I guess it depends on the person who is doing the reading too. But you definitely can get whatever cards you pull, you can get some kind of messages from them for your life. It's just that it's up to you to discern what they are and to decide whether or not it makes sense in your life. That's the main thing. So the heart of the matter is the Judgment card, which is a card connected to the planet Pluto, I believe. And so it is karma. It is what you sow, so shall you reap. And the other saying that we always say is cause and effect. And it's also a card of rebirth. So that makes it really nice too. But in terms of judgment, it could be like a legal judgment, obviously. But even in a legal judgment, you're like if you're getting divorced from a partner, it's showing that whatever actions were taken in the marriage, they had consequences. So that would follow along the same lines. But it's kind of like the chicken's coming home to roost. That's what I like to say the most, because it's like if you have been treated unfairly at work, then something may come about that either forces them to see how valuable you are, or that you have to face making a decision whether or not you're going to be treated a certain way. Because I have here at the foundation, we have the 10 of Wands. This is a card. You can see the person is like kind of hunched over. It can be that you are overworked. So in the job situation, somebody may be taking advantage of you, and they're taking advantage of the the typical nature of the Cancer person is to be sympathetic, but also to be kind of like afraid of like losing your job, and kind of like this, almost like a slave or something, where you're just taking on something that is not yours to carry. In other words, it's not your responsibility to do the work of two people because somebody else in the office is leaving for their pregnancy, their maternity leave, and the boss doesn't want to have to hire somebody else. So he says, well, just for the next 12 weeks, 3 months, I want you to do so-and-so's work. but they're not giving you twice as much money, and they're not, you know what I mean? They're just, it's being taken advantage of. But even if they do give you extra money, you may feel like you're about to collapse. So it's like, is it worth it? And is it your responsibility? In a personal relationship, it may have been that you tried to make it work, but it takes two to tango. It's funny, you know these sayings where people misunderstand it and they say it takes two to tango? They have a lot of those kinds of things. No, tango, you know, like a dance. Not tango, like a fight or something like that. But anyway, so sometimes a Cancer person may allow themselves to be manipulated even in a certain way, where somebody kind of, you know, knows that you're a softie, and they say something like, oh, or even the person that's on the maternity leave, oh, you're so sweet, oh, blah, 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 yada, yada. And really, they're just trying to get you to do what they want you to do. I mean, that's really the bottom line. And so it's up to you to not only, you know, stand up for yourself, but also realize that you have to take care of yourself. So that's been kind of like, you know, for the workplace scenario, that's what I would see. But in the personal life, this could be a very similar thing, that you took on the brunt of the relationship, tried to make it work. If you weren't living together, you were the one always initiating the contact, and the other person, but this would probably be like a marriage, because the Judgment card, I mean, I usually think of a more serious relationship, but who knows? It could just be like the chickens coming home to roost, and it's like, okay, you finally had enough, because in the challenge position, we have the Six of Pentacles, and so this is going to be read more as a reverse card, and this is about not having fairness in the relationship. Now, you notice that they're showing a gold coin, because Pentacles kind of connects to the material energy. But if we apply it to personal relationships, it can be, you know, the energy that is behind, that's what we call currency, of money, that is unequal. That one person is giving and one person's taking, and that it's not mutual. And so if you've been in that type of relationship, Cancer, that's on you, because you have to respect yourself, you have to honor yourself, and you have to have, you know, you have to have the kind of, you know, healthy pride that you're not going to allow yourself to be disregarded like that. So the reason I say it like that is that I feel that sometimes people focus too much on, oh my God, you know, this person's doing this and this person's doing that. And really, it should be more focused on, what are you doing? You know, how do you deal with this type of behavior? Do you just kind of like go along with it? And that's your choice. Nobody's forcing you to do that. And same with the work situation. If somebody is not giving, it's not like a mutual thing, and it's like you're the one that's doing all the heavy lifting, then that's on you. And if you have fears surrounding leaving, then you have to examine that. And you have to say, you know, is this really reasonable? And even if you decide, yes, you know, I really don't have anything else lined up, and I don't have savings, and I have to go, then the thing is, you have to figure some plan B, or otherwise you're going to continue to be in this situation. And if you like have some kind of a burnout where you can't even do this job, then what's going to happen? So it's really asking you to honor yourself and nurture yourself the way you nurture other people. And the higher message is the Eight of Cups, leaving what no longer serves you. This is an emotional thing, you know, because this is, you know, Cups, like you, emotions. You're guided by your emotions. And this is one of the reasons why I just said that thing about manipulation, because, you know, if somebody has a sob story, you might actually fall for it. So, but the thing is, it's like, there have to be boundaries. It can't be just like, okay, I need you to help me out, but I need you to help me out for 3 months. That's a long time. I'm just using that as an example, but I'm saying you may really care about somebody in your office and you want to help them out or something like that, but it's like, it might be too much that they're asking of you. They may be taking advantage. And they can only do that if you allow it, in other words. And with the Judgment card, it could be that you have finally understood this and you're not going to stand for it anymore. And that can be a turning point for you, Cancer, because then what will happen is that you will see yourself possibly experiencing some of the things that you actually want. You know, sometimes when people stand up for themselves, the other party backs down and they're like totally surprised because they expected blowback, you know, and then they get what they want. I'm not talking about being rude or demanding, but just being like very confident that you deserve more and being willing. I mean, this is the spiritual message. Oh, I notice my card is bent. Oh, well. Got a little bend there. But this is about being willing to walk away from something that is not emotionally fulfilling. And so, you know, it's possible that the Judgment card is kind of like things coming to a head. And, you know, you did have a solar eclipse in your sign last month, and I'm recording this in August, so that's talking about July. And so you may just be on a whole new kind of a trip, you know, to get all hippie-ish on you. You might be into a whole new bag, you know, and you're not willing to, you know, tolerate the same things that you were willing to tolerate before. And I think, and that's kind of like the philosophical message. The actual practical advice or maybe observation of the situation is the Knight of Rods. So I think this is kind of like something within you that has become more bold and less, you know, a scared rabbit, you know, who's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And this is wonderful, because I think that the more you know, have the guts to just like let the chips fall where they may, I think the better off you're going to be. Now, again, this could be like walking away from a relationship that you just feel is not fulfilling you anymore. And with the practical advice, this could be that you are becoming much more bold, as I said. This could be like somebody that you end up meeting and becoming attracted to, or maybe it's just a fling, because the Knight of Wands connects to Sagittarius, I say Aries, and Aries, especially for a Cancer, is like catnip to a cat. But you may have some fling, and I'm not talking about in the month of September. I'm just saying, you know, we're just talking about in maybe the near future of some sort. If you're like leaving a marriage, you might just like be interested in someone for a good time, and you are completely aware that it's not anything serious. But this could be just an aspect of you that's sowing your wild oats, or just wanting to just be not committed to anybody. Maybe you're enjoying your freedom. What's coming in? Well, this this is like, this is the marriage card, or this is happily ever after. So maybe you will meet somebody that qualifies for this, where you really feel this sense of connection. And again, it seems like when I do the tarot, I can't help but take it out to the bigger picture or the longer term, because some of these things that I'm saying about, I don't think that they're going to happen within 30-day span. But just kind of following that Knight of Wands, this is the marriage card. So maybe it's like you need to get something out of your system, and then you will meet somebody. This is also a card of a wedding, so you might meet somebody at a wedding. And the outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. So it's like taking things slowly, just being, being observant and seeing how they go. And this is, I think this is wonderful. Maybe this will be a fellow water sign individual. Another Cancer. Wow, that would be kind of an interesting relationship. Or a Scorpio or Pisces person. And that kind of person won't ever call you moody, I don't think, Cancer. So there's that. Okay, Cancer, that's what I have for you. And if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great September. Bye.